Good morning, world. How we doing, everybody? Hope you're okay. Hello, welcome to Tuesday in the Paint with Pete sessions. Today is colour day. I am taking a little bit of inspiration from a suggestion from yesterday's. After I just sort my Mac out. 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, great. Lovely stuff. Hopefully that's good. Come on. Okay, sorry guys. Hi. Yeah, so yesterday we did some doodling. We went down the route of superheroes. There was a certain big film that came out last week that I think we could use as a bit of inspiration. So Justice League, the Snyder Cut came out. Again, not the best film in Pete's world, but again pushes that kind of superhero idea. And these are humans with extraordinary abilities. I think we've had a year of humans with extraordinary abilities. So it's a kind of nice roundup, as it is exactly 1 year today since the start of lockdown in the UK. Very kind of emotive time. A day of reflection. It is the National Day of Reflection. Just to think about the year that we've had and how we've kept going, kept resilient, and kept hopefully a little bit of a smile on our faces as well. And I hope from the Paint with Pete sessions and Pete Obsolete, I hope everyone's doing okay. So, I mean, it's the year anniversary. I really hope everyone's doing okay mentally and creatively at the same time. So the Paint with Pete's are a year old tomorrow. The first show was the 24th of March 2020. So tomorrow is the year anniversary of the very first show of the Paint with Pete's. If you want to see that, that is on YouTube and Facebook. The setup and the work are very, very different in that year. So again, this is the point in the show. I'll do this a few times. I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in for 1 minute a week, every session we've had. If you've just picked a pencil up or painted every single time, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a crazy year, and again, thank you for joining me and giving me the inspiration to just keep being creative. I hope that's reflected, and I hope you've chosen to pick a pencil or a pen, a paintbrush, or anything else up that you can get creative with. So thank you very much. As we are celebrating superheroes, I want to include a little bit of that in the Paint with Pete's. So yesterday we did some doodling and we created our own superhero. So there's Clark Kent and there's Superman, as it were. So his alter ego is called the Pen. So this is a Paint with Pete. This is a Paint with Pete face, fine. And he turns into the Pen. He's a vigilante, and yeah, he's got special pens that have different powers. That's what we came up with yesterday. I want to continue that and use. Stay there. And use one of the suggestions from the amazing audience. Thank you for Julie, or to Julie, for the suggestions of the colour that we could use for superheroes. I think it's very, very apt and appropriate that I've chosen the Wonder Woman colours. We should be celebrating wonderful women across the world every single day. We are in the month of International Women's Day, so I think it's a good and apt choice of colour to represent somebody who is, you know, a wonderful woman, a Wonder Woman. Again, very strong, powerful Amazonian lady. So I want to channel a bit of that today. So we're going to do 2 pieces. I might work a little bit quicker than normal. So on this piece, on the doodle piece that we worked on yesterday, I just want to do a skull. I want to do a standard obsolete skull, but in the Wonder Woman colours. So I've got red, yellow, navy blue, or blues, red, yellow, blue, gold, black and white. So I'm going to create a skull. I'm going to create a piece. Hopefully by the end of the session, it'll be dry. A skull on there, and then I had a little thought this morning about what I want to do on my brand new piece. I want to bring in a little bit of a kind of compositional element to my work. You'll see this come in if it works. This is the first time I'm kind of doing this setup. I haven't practiced it, I just thought about it, broke the elements of what I normally paint down, and we're going to do a little version, or a version of the obsolete stuff, but as a composition, so a bit more of a kind of layered piece. So if you have some pens and paper, if you've got some paint, 10 million points. I'm just still need to work my Mac out. This is annoying. Hello to everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, there we are. I think it's going to be a little black and white pattern, and then with a bit of red and a bit of gold over the top, and then maybe even bring like an element of the skull in. We will see. I'm very happy experimenting. I do have my gold with me today as well. So this guy. So I will be gas masking up at different times during the next hour. Okay. If you can't hear me through the gas mask, I'm sorry. Again, I'm going to try and use that gold in one block, so I'm not having to put my mask on a few times. But we are doing some layering today, so I kind of want to. I might need to paint some gold, let it dry, draw on it, and then use the gold as another layer as well. You'll see that come out. I'm going to be painting the whole time, so if you are painting with me, thank you very much. I will call out the brew time break, but I'm going to keep drawing and painting because, again, that's drying time. I think it's a kind of natural drying time about 9:30 anyway. But so if I need it, I'll take the break with everybody. But if not, I might just keep painting. Okay. So yesterday, do I do the announcement? I'll do the announcement at the end. There we are. Okay, I have an announcement to make. All right, it is regarding the Paint with Pete's. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying tuned. So yesterday, we just broke up. Before I get into that, I've got to say, I didn't check my Ko-fi account. It's how you can support the Paint with Pete. If you want to just throw me £3 for a pen or a coffee. Thank you to everyone who's chipped in. I bought a couple of pens last week, but I want to say a massive, massive thank you to everybody who's donated any kind of money in the past couple of weeks. I was blown away by the balance when I logged on to my account the other day. So thank you very much. That all goes directly into the obsolete formula. You are an intrinsic part of that. Thank you for staying in contact, and thank you for supporting. If you haven't done the Ko-fi, please do not worry. There will be many other ways you can support obsolete very, very soon. All right, that's part of the announcement. I'll do the announcement. I keep saying the word announcement at 12:30. All right, so at brew time, there is a little something I need to say about the Paint with Pete. Thank you. Okay, so we need to get painting, don't we? I'm waffling. Love me a waffle. Okay, so how are we going to approach this one? Okay, so I'm going to do gold. We did some crowns last week for the colour piece. I love that gold layering, so I'm going to do some rough golds over here. And then again, I might just do it in the top half so we've got a bit more colour and stuff to play with. We will see. Let's do that straight away. In fact, I'm going to do the first layer of my other piece now. So I'm going to do the very, very bottom layer of my second piece. It might get a bit confusing. I've got an idea for two pieces in my head. The way my head works is being able to is a strong word. Managing both of those ideas in my head, you'll probably see that kind of difference come out. Right, there we are. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is an obsolete pattern on here. This is a little bit of a kind of reference to the Most Wanted post as well. This is a Most Wanted collab water bottle. You can still get these, mostwantedwines.com. Please check them out, they're amazing. I need to shout out the graphic designers for Most Wanted. They do amazing work with some of my camo and the work that I've done with Most Wanted. So this is a little bit of a reference to them. But again, we're freestyling. So what I'm going to do is put a kind of obsolete pattern in. Let's have a little think. I just want to do it here. Okay. Let's do a flower as well. Super simple. Filling those little gaps in with dots. Get a plus sign in there as well. Okay, I realise I'm freestyling a little bit. If you want to paint or draw alongside me, please do. I'd love to see your versions of the pieces that we create. Okay, so that first layer is done. That's that. I'm going to get my gas mask on because I know the next layer that I want to do is some gold here, like a section of stripes, maybe stripes. It's obviously going to drip a little bit as well, but only a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get my gas mask on and we're going to go straight into the gold. Again, I've got to be very, very careful with this stuff. Please read the warnings and all that sort of stuff on your art materials. It's very, very strong. Okay. So just get my gold pot out. Trying to keep the time that I have my open pot to a minimum. Okay, so I'm going to go into my gas mask. I will see you very soon. If I can work it out. There we go. Okay, gas mask on. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Okay, I know you can. I can still talk, but you probably can't hear me that well. That's more than okay. Window open. Gas mask on. I need to show that. Okay, super scratchy brush, that's what I want. Cool. Okay. Okay, a little bit of gold. Okay, whew. Wow. Okay, windows open. Still smelling a little bit, that's more than okay. Again, I know that I am sitting quite close to it, so I'm going to just let it dry for a minute. Excuse me. Let Samir get into the room. As you can see, I'm repping a Rochdale Uprising. Shouts to Hayley and C-Blocks. Hayley and Joy. Always forgot who C-Blocks' real name there. C-Blocks and Alo. Absolute legend. Graffiti artists from Manchester, but their work is everywhere. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Please check out Nomad Plan. and also Rochdale Uprising. Hopefully this will come back this year. I'd love to join you guys again. Okay, there we are. There we are. Just having a little check. Okay, that's fine. So I've got some. I'll show you the colours that I've got. We've got this beautiful plum from last week. Just a little bit of that left. Again, keeping that royal idea. I've got some liquidy bright red for that kind of punch of the red. I love red. I've got the pen versions as well, so I've got my Poscas. And then we've also got the kind of the navy blue. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's a few mixes in there, but we're going to play with that in a second. So I think let's get some yellow in there, as it's the lighter colour. So I want a little bit of yellow in both of these pieces, and we'll see what happens with that yellow. Okay, so I'm going to use Mr. Dead. So Mr. Dead is my dead brush. He's been used in loads and loads of different types of paint and pieces. So he's a little bit worn down, more than okay. I love it. It gives a very specific and unique kind of line, much like when we're using the fatter Mr. Dead. You probably noticed that it was really scratchy, didn't pick up all the ink that I wanted it to, and you just have to run it. But it gives these real natural tears in the paint, which I absolutely love. Okay, so we need a bit of yellow. Let's get a little bit of yellow in. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough there. And then maybe one of them. Okay, so we've got this nice area down here, and again there's an area here. Okay, so we're going back to our big skull piece. I might just draw in the skull in my yellow, just so I've got that kind of the kind of shape in there. But also we've got these little flecks and flares of yellow that I think are going to look really good underneath everything else. Can't talk, sorry. My favourite brush is the Dead. Amazing, okay. So again, I know this might look a bit odd. The yellow and the gold aren't the best matched colours. But again, the yellow is a beautiful light yellow. Very happy, joyful yellow. I want to do some more. Something. There's something here. And maybe down here. Okay, so. Okay, so I'm just going to dry my brush a little bit and grab some of the spare paint, just so we can have a bit more of a dry painting. That would be great. Okay, so a little flare of yellow. I want something else in here that's yellow. Just something different. Okay, there's the yellow. Again, the yellow and gold, not the biggest fan. It kind of comes across as a bit more brown, so not defined as either yellow or gold, which I do kind of want to work on. I need to say hello to some people though, don't I? So, so sorry if I've missed you. There we are. Amazing. Hello. Thank you very much, Mrs. B. Lady Jan Johnson, that is the kind of thing I like to hear. Knowing that people have picked something arty or creative up in the pandemic is the opposite of what the news is saying and the kind of the doom and gloom idea. So being able to recognise that that is a real thing, but to take yourself out of that and apply yourself to something creative, whether it's art, stitching, sewing, rapping, singing, anything like that. 10 million pandemic points for you, my dear. Thank you very much. Okay, so we need to add another colour. I'm just going to get these guys off a little bit more as well, actually. So again, just lifting that paint off. It won't really affect the aesthetic. All it's going to do is help it dry quicker. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Okay, so we need some blue and some red in there. Let's get some. I want to see what this blue looks like, to be completely honest. See what it's like against the gold. Again, because we've got our template in yellow, we can now start filling that template up a little bit with some nice blue. You need some more water in here. There we go. Okay, so I don't know why I keep switching positions. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. All right, lovely. Okay, a bit more water. Okay, cool. So let's start colouring it, is it? Yeah, let's do that. Almost like a Captain America helmet. Again, similar colours from two different superheroes from two very, very different worlds. I love how quick this acrylic dries. Wow. Thank you to Cass Arts. Please go and follow them if you're looking for any art materials. They are the one. Cass Arts, C-A-S-S art.co.uk. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, still looks a bit odd. That's more than okay. We all know, like a photograph, it's until the very, very last layer, until you see the full version of what we're painting. All right. So, little washy wash. We've got a little blue circle in there. I might just go over him really briefly. Okay, I have a slightly lighter blue, so I'm just going to go straight in. Did have him, there he is. Okay, so I've got a slightly lighter blue. So I can use that just to kind of pop each of the colours up. I did have. There we go. A little bit of water, gets any paint ready. Nice little pattern in there. Nice little subtlety. And then we'll just confirm the eye as well. Okay, cool. Do I want some light blue for my second piece? It's a lovely blue, isn't it? I absolutely love this blue. Okay, let's put letting the brush break against the paper so it's not like a full line, more than okay. Clean the brush. Okay, so I want some red. I think it would only be right if we had a heart in here somewhere. But again, I want that red to be a little bit more subtle because this gold is very, very strong. The way we could beat that strength in the paint is by going for scale. So I'm going to do a nice big red heart. That's the brush. There we go. Okay. Do you want this line solid? Take my time a little bit more, using the strength of the brush and the weakness in the brush actually as well. Okay. Okay, something else, there's something needed. I think there's going to be something white in the middle of that. Okay, cool, yeah. One more. Okay, composition piece. Kind of getting there. That gold drinks all that lighting, but again, once it's in a frame, which you'll see on Friday, it'll look really nice. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so red hair. Why not? I love this brush. Okay, cool. I can't help myself. Let's do a big X. There we go. Okay. Interesting. I like what's happening here. It needs a kind of grounding though. It needs like a defining. And I think it's going to look better once we frame it, as everything does. So if you are hesitating about your work and stuff, you don't need to. Please put it in a frame before you make that final decision on whether you like it or not. It will change everything about the piece. There is something, yeah, okay, I like this. Something like, it needs a bit of white, bring it back in. Maybe something, we'll have a think, it doesn't matter. Again, I am freestyling, but there's kind of an educated freestyle in there. So I'm just kind of working out what I would like and what I don't like about the piece, and how to edit it at will. Let's get some of this ink off. Okay. Okay, lovely stuff. Alright, cool. So today I'm using 4 colours in black and white. I think it's 3 colours, my bad. Red, blue and yellow and gold, and then black and white it is. So they're the colours I've chosen today. Thank you to Julie Johnson for yesterday's suggestions of these colours. They were kind of reference to Wonder Woman and her colour scheme, but again those kind of colours are like Thor as well. We're talking superheroes this week, and it is just coming up to brew time. So again, if you want to take 2 minutes to 5 minutes for a little break, please do. Fruit, food and fresh air are the advice for the little break. If you want to go make a cup of tea or a coffee or something, more than welcome. Please do come back to the session, obviously, see where we're up to. But I do have a little announcement just before we go into brew time, right? So I'm going to flip my hat back round. 2 seconds. Okay, that is brew time. So today is the day of reflection for the year that has passed. It has been 1 year, 365 whole days since the very first lockdown in the UK. I'm coming from Manchester. If you are out in the world, I hope everyone's doing okay where you guys are, and obviously if you're in the UK as well, I really hope you've had a reflective year, and recognise that time to find yourself and come back to yourself. Realise some of the things you don't need to do anymore in life, and then focus on some of the things that are a lot more valuable to you. Obviously, there's so many people I want to say thank you to anyway, but tomorrow is the year anniversary of the very first Paint with Pete. So, or was it Julie White? Was it Julie White? Thank you. Yeah, sorry. There we are. So, as it's a year since lockdown, is a year tomorrow since the very first Paint with Pete. So we've been a year of creativity. I know I've had a few breaks just from obviously doing commercial work and all that sort of stuff obsolete. But I'd like to say that tomorrow is a very special dedication show. It is the thank you day for Wednesday. We normally do lettering, so I want to write. I want to make a few signs for tomorrow that are just thanking, groups of people, parents, guardians, obviously the NHS. We're going to make a few different signs tomorrow on the year anniversary. I might pop a party popper, but I do want to say that this is the last week of the current version of the Paint with Pete's. We've been going since the 18th of January, and again, we've been. Certainly this year, it's been a year tomorrow. So at the end of this week, it will be the final gallery day for this current version or set of the Paint with Pete's. I've just had some work come in that I cannot I can't turn down. It's really, really good, and I'm very excited about it, but it does take a bit of dedication and a lot of time management and organising. Sadly, my head is going to be blowing up for the next couple of weeks. So I will be pausing the Paint with Pete's. I obviously have the idea of doing it as a monthly show as well, so we're still being creative every month. Whether or not we're in lockdown, that doesn't matter. Creativity doesn't care about pandemics. Creativity is there forever. In any problems, weekends, 2 minutes you've got spare, an hour break or whatever you've got. Please make the most of that. But again, just to make sure that everyone's aware, I will put some posts out obviously tonight and tomorrow. But this is the last week for the current Paint with Pete's. On Thursday, I will be painting a very special skull. I'll be painting a canvas instead of a piece, so it's not going to be a famous person. I'm just going to spend the whole show painting a brand new, fresh, completely unique canvas. And then obviously we'll still do the gallery on Friday, and we can say, I can say my thank yous again. And you can see the work that we've done from the last week in the Paint with Pete's. Thank you so much for supporting. If you've been watching, if you've bought any pieces, if you've named a piece or chosen a colour or donated to the Ko-fi account, absolutely amazing. Thank you very, very much for rolling with me. I will be back as Paint with Pete after this set, after Friday. But again, it might be a monthly thing, and you'll hopefully see a load of new work from Pete Obsolete. There we are. That's the spiel. I'm going to keep painting. Oh, stop it. Thank you very much, Miss Judy White, and thank you very much, Mrs. Barton. Cheers. Okay, I'm going to keep painting. These guys should be nearly dry. Yes, they are. Lovely stuff. Getting that gold kind of muddies the painting a little bit, but that's really good because I know I'm going to put white and then black over the top. So I know it's going to really kind of jump back out into the piece. I think we are just about ready for white. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get my white out. Using Mr. Dead again. Why not? Oh, thank you for supporting me. I'll out-polite you. I guarantee that. Honestly, these messages are amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get some white. Do we need a black? I think we're going to stick with white, I'm sticking with white. Okay, I think there's enough dark and kind of dark areas, and then we've obviously got the black background as well. Same with this guy. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna just go start with this one. Still wet a little bit there. This goes dry though. I'm not talking, I'm concentrating, sorry everyone. Just making sure we've got these flumps sorted. Okay. Okay. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, cool. Let's get the skull going. I have to sit straight on for this, sorry guys. Hopefully you can see me or see the work. Really nice, thick, white line. Again, picking up a little bit of the colour. I don't mind that at all. I like these kind of stripes and the fades in it. And obviously you can always go over it once it's dry to get that official white. Yeah, look, oh, yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, cool. Get his eyebrows in. Cool. Oh, the rarely seen five-toothed skull. Interesting. Need some ears, don't he? There you go. Okay, there we go. Last bit. Okay. Okay, so all I'm doing is just lifting that paint back off. Normally I'd let it dry and we'd have this really nice deep 3D effect. We would have that anyway, just because it's, you know, obviously it's a brush stroke. That happens naturally with a brush. But just so we've got a bit more time to play with. And again, it's paint, we need drying time allocated. So I'm just lifting off some of the, I think that's done, yep. Just some of the wetter bits of paint. I might just put a little flare here. Yeah, here. Just go around this guy. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, wash your brush. And again, brief drying time. Oh, thanks guys. Please, if you want to look at some of the YouTube stuff, sorry, Mrs. Blunt has just said, what are we going to do between 10 and 11 every weekday? I'm sure you will all think of something, all right? Just remember that 10 to 11 is creative time. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's just watching something creative, reading a chapter of a book, you know, singing to yourself, having a little dance in the garden. Anything is creative, right? If anything that gets your heart going or your mind going, I consider that creative. Please find something to do. If you don't know what to do, please check out the previous Paint with Pete's. If you've missed any episodes, every single episode of the Paint with Pete's is different. The recent set has been Monday, Doodle Day, Tuesday, Colour, Wednesday, Lettering, Thursday, Portraits, and Friday, Gallery. But last year's shows were a lot more freestyle. I'd put 3 or 4 bits of paper up and just paint. So if you want something to do or someone to paint with, please give me a shout and have a look at the previous Paint with Pete's over on YouTube, on Obsolete Formats, or Obsolete Formats MCR, right on Facebook. Lovely. Okay, we've got about 20 minutes left, just under. Oh, that's interesting. I've got my paint joggers on, and obviously my paint t-shirt, you've already seen it. Love to Uprising. So if you see me just wiping my hands on stuff, it's just my trousers are covered in paint. That's how it is. It's also a fairly good idea if you are getting into your painting and you are getting a little bit messier than you were a year ago. One, massive round of applause from Pete Obsolete, 10 million points to you. If you are a little bit messier than you were a year ago, absolutely fine. Please don't take that as a metaphor for mental health. I mean that as painting, as creatives. If you've kind of allocated a little space and that space is covered in paint or paper and pens, 10 more million points, all right? There we go. All about keeping that energy going, knowing that you can entertain yourself from more than just the internet. I would say stay away from the news a little bit. I mean, obviously the news is getting slightly better, but it's still pandemic-based news. We all know that it's going on. Please find your own little moment of calm and a way out of that head. Mine is by drawing and painting and doodling and being a bit of an art idiot. It's how I find myself. That's where I find myself kind of really enjoying life a lot more and just kind of reacting, seeing what's working, seeing what's happening, picking a couple of colours and just seeing what we can do on 2 very, very, very different approaches to the piece. A lot more of a composition kind of base thing. It's not very technically gifted or arranged, but again, there's something in that. I need to finish this off here. There's something happening here, just in the middle. We'll have a think. I might just do a black draw. I might just do another black. I might just draw a skull actually. I did say we'll bring a skull back in, but like a smaller one, slightly off center. So it's a bit more of a kind of a different kind of piece to the skull. Let's see how he's doing. He's still a bit wet. He's still a bit wet as well. Okay, cool. A lot of these are dry. There's a couple that are still need another minute or 2. That's still wet. That's still wet. Okay. As these are still a little bit wet. Yep. I need to be a bit more patient. I know I work very quickly. I don't always wait for the paint to dry. And again, sometimes that experiment really, really benefits the painting because you get completely unique experiments just in the colour. Things that you can only do by working quickly, by having a kind of energy about stuff. And you'll see little blends of colour. You can obviously then take a photo, work out the colours, mix the colour again, and then you've got that little sample colour as a big pot of paint that you can then go in. I am learning this as well. I can't wait to get on my paint mixing. I'm very, very excited for the next couple of weeks where I get to kind of just freestyle a couple of colours for a whole new set of obsolete work. I'm going down the kind of black and white route, very, very simple, as the first set of the very first t-shirts I did were all black, white and red. I then changed that into kind of just sticking to black and white. I want to put some pink in there and some blue and some interesting kind of military based colours, you'll see. But that kind of expressionism and the kind of the colour, I just can't wait to start experimenting with it. And again, even if I do take a couple of weeks off from the Paint with Pete, I am doing nothing more than what I'm doing right now. Mixing a couple of paints, mixing a few paints together, thinking about artwork and creativity and how to approach the canvas, what I can do with my canvas, what I can't do, what I need to work on, etc. That doesn't change whether Paint with Pete's on or not. It's very, very important that that is a definite continuum, a very you know, a kind of an evolution into the painting world. And again, all I ever do in my you know, professional world, my creative artistic world in life, is exactly what we're doing in the sessions, all right? So thank you for joining me. Hope you've got some creativity out. Okay, apparently the garden, apparently the garden is calling. I sincerely hope that that hour of creativity is spent in the garden once the weather starts getting a bit nicer and the flowers and the colours start coming out. You can draw some flowers, colour some flowers in, all of that good stuff. Okay, bit of waffle time just while the paint's drying. Okay, cool. Okay, so where's my pen? There it is. Couldn't find my pen there for a minute. Okay, so I think it's time to get some final layers on. So that's still a little bit wet. I'm going to work on my skull. Please think of names. I didn't even say. If anyone's got any names for these guys, mainly the skull. I think there's a bit more personality in there. He's based on Wonder Woman. It is a masculine skull, but the blue, the red, the yellow, the gold, the black and the white all reference Wonder Woman. There we are. One more on there. Just give him a second. Outside. Okay. Okay, I'm just sitting back just to check the ratios, review it, have a look. Because there's layers, the pen's working differently on different textures and different materials. So it'll work differently on the paper, it'll work differently over the gold, and it'll work differently over the white acrylic. Again, a bit of patience and a bit of learning process, and a couple of hands covered in paint always helps. There we go. Okay. Okay, last couple of lines in this one. I think he's done. There's another hair missing. Okay, just finish that line up. Okay, so I think our Wonder Man is finished. Just checking you can see that. Yeah, lovely. Okay, and on this guy, again, there's something I want here. Okay, let's do a slightly different version of the skull. Slightly more lines. Okay, so let's try this. Just check that. Yep. Come on, pens. Nah. I need to start labelling these guys. Ridiculous. Okay, where is he? Okay. Okay, let's think of an interesting, so something about wonder or being a superhero. That's a bit too, I was thinking you are stronger than you know. I think it's a bit too deep. I mean, rightly so. It's a good sentence, certainly a good phrase, but I want something a little bit catchier. Okay, perfect. So it's been a year since the pandemic was announced, so I'm just going to put hold fast. All right. So again, it's a naval command from back in the, I think it is. So hold fast, as in hold, because the ship's moving around. You must hold tightly to the ship so you don't fall off. Again, now's the time just to make sure your grip is tight on your ship, and that we are still in a pandemic. Please do not forget that. Please wear your masks, wash your hands, stay safe, obviously, but that is coming to an end. So please, just a bit more patience. We are nearly there. I'm going to put hold fast. Okay, so there's our composition piece done. I'm going to sign it just to make sure it's done. I'm also going to date it because it's 1 year. I put 1 year on. Okay, and then this guy, I'm just going to sign it. And there we go. Still got 5. Wow, what happened there? Still got 5 minutes left. I thought I was running out of time fairly quickly there. Always nice when you're not. So again, I can just maybe add a few more. I don't even think I need to though, to be completely honest. Let's do little crown. Yeah, okay. Pens down, I'm done. And then the pen goes in the pen. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Mrs. B. Hold fast is good. There we are. Okay, so our 2 pieces that we've done today. Again, thank you to, I'm going to get the name right, Julie White. Thank you. I can't remember what I said earlier. For the colour suggestions from yesterday. So yesterday we did some superhero iconography in the background. So all the symbols underneath this guy are superhero based. So we've got Superman, Batman, The Flash. I thought, why not continue the DC idea and take some colours from Wonder Woman, which were all inspired by one of the audience members of the Paint with Pete's, Lady Julie. That's annoying me. Not Lady Julie, sorry, I'm just spotting a few lines that could do with being a little bit stronger. Okay, that's fine. So we use red, blue. Oh, well, we started with yellow. So we start with yellow, and then we put 2 different blues in the mask or the face. Kind of looks a little bit like Captain America. That blue is a real close to the Captain America. If we had an A in his head, he hasn't. He's got a plus sign because he's obsolete. So we did yellow, then blue, then red. Gold underneath everything. Layer of white and then a layer of black. And he is finished. So you'll see him on Friday. Again, hopefully you can see that gold. It's absolutely incredible in the light. Yeah, you can. Good. Okay. So again, in the light, it looks a bit less, I'm not going to say dull. It's more reflective in the light. There we go. Cheers. Okay, and I wanted to create a piece that wasn't kind of like the usual obsolete Paint with Pete sessions. It would have been great if this was in the middle of the page, so it could have been down. It should be there a little bit. But again, I really like the kind of the conceptualism. That was a big word. The kind of experiment in here. And again, I think that kind of hints to me at another arm of obsolete that could go down the print route. So yeah, I'm going to leave him up there. Yeah, just see what. See that in the light. Okay, cool. Okay, so with a restricted palette, you can still do absolutely loads. I mean, what was that? Red, blue, and yellow, the primary colours. I did bring another little red and another little blue in there as well. And obviously gold and black and white in homage to the colours used for Wonder Woman. So again, I like this kind of the serendipity, the kind of happy chance that it was International Women's Day, and then we've got some colours from Wonder Woman. Really like that. I actually really like this guy as well. I thought that blue would be a little bit strange. I thought the blue eye might link too much with the head. It doesn't. The colours sit quite nicely with each other. I know that blue and the red are exactly the same paint, just in different colours. So they are, that's my Dala and Rowney blue, and the red is down here. Here he is. Put his lid on. So the System 3 acrylic, absolutely beautiful paint. And there we are. The gold, just so you know, again, adults only really for this one. If you're using it, please be very careful. The warnings are all here. You know, open window, gas mask on. I'm holding my breath as well a little bit. And there we are. Okay, so tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of the very first Paint with Pete. Thank you for joining me one more time for Tuesday and the colour day. I'll put some posts out later on about the year's show. But please, if you are watching today, please tune in tomorrow morning, 10 to 11, as usual. We'll be making some thank you signs. I want to show some love for the past year, for different people in different groups that have really kind of blown me away with their generosity. And also obviously shout everybody out as well. Thank you for sticking with me. I might even have a party hat on tomorrow. Who knows? It is exactly 11 o'clock. That is me done. I am Pete Obsolete. Please catch me on all my social medias, Pete Obsolete and Obsolete Formats on mostly everything. I will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. As ever, 1 year on, have a day of reflection. Thank you for staying safe for the whole year. But for one more time, until tomorrow, stay safe, stay creative, Have a fantastic Tuesday. Ciao.